These are my confessions. Sure? Anyone? No? Just me? Okay. Woo! Hi honeys, it's Emmy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmy. I'm a certified nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program, where I help you lose weight on a plant-based diet. So today we are talking about the top 5 struggles when it comes to dieting and exactly what you can do to overcome those. Now, I use the word dieting very, very lightly because I do not believe in crash diets. I believe in developing a lifestyle that will allow you to maintain your ideal weight for the rest of your life without ever going on a cleanse or a diet or a juice fast or anything crazy like that ever again. So the word dieting, I'm glad that I got you in by using it, but we're not using crash dieting up in here, honeys. So if you are starting on your weight loss journey, before we get into this video, I want to tell you guys that I have a free training that is the top 3 mistakes that I see when people are trying to lose weight. I've had over 100 people go through my program and I've helped thousands of people lose weight on a plant-based diet. And I want you to get the ball rolling, get things started now, and prevent yourself from making these mistakes so that you can be successful in your weight loss journey. So make sure you click the link in the down bar so that you can get that free training for the top 3 mistakes that I see when people are trying to lose weight and how you're gonna avoid them. And you will be very, very happy when you watch this video to find out that these mistakes that you've been making and not making them now is gonna make your life a heck of a lot easier. So make sure you click that so that you can prevent yourself from making those mistakes and get the weight loss ball rolling. So let's get into this video and talk about the top 5 struggles and how they're not gonna be a part of your life. Struggle number 1 is eating at restaurants. So often, it breaks my heart, truly. I will see people avoid eating at restaurants and eating socially entirely when they're trying to be healthy. You can still go to restaurants, we can still go to restaurants, we just have to choose the right restaurants to go to. So if you are on a whole foods plant-based diet and you're thriving on these starches, vegetables, fruits, and legumes, restaurants are going to be harder, but they're not off limits. And in fact, there are awesome restaurants that you can go to and get really healthy meals, honestly. My go-to restaurants are sushi, any Asian place, and I love me some Indian food. And also steakhouses are really good. So let me talk about these really quickly. Sushi is my go-to honey. You get those veggie rolls, we are smooth sailing. Something that I do ask them to do is I ask them to use the steamed rice instead of the sushi rice because they add like corn syrup and sugar and stuff to the sushi rice, so it's not the best. But if they don't do that, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's still a really great option. Another thing to watch out for is to make sure that it is not any tempura that's being used in the rolls. For example, if you get a sweet potato roll, 99% of the time it's sweet potato tempura, so it's been deep fried, so that's something to watch out for. Any Asian restaurant is going to be awesome because you can get steamed rice and steamed veggies. If you go to a Thai place, people can get their curries and get their meats and everything, and you can get steamed rice and steamed veggies, get some edamame, you are good to go, honey. Indian is my oh my gosh, I love Indian food. And I have an Indian chef that hooks it up for me. But if you don't have a chef that hooks it up for you, if you're a normal person, then something that most Indian restaurants can do oil-free is a lentil dal. And pretty much every restaurant that is Indian is gonna have a lentil dal, and they should be able to do that oil-free. So you can get a totally healthy meal at these restaurants. And then also steakhouses. Who would have thunk that on a plant-based diet you would thrive at a steakhouse? It's so funny, like I thrive at steakhouses. I'm also a vegan. These are my confessions. Sure? Anyone? No? Just me? Okay. Steakhouses, you can get a baked potato and steamed veggies. Honey, I feel like I'm eating at home. Seriously, a baked potato. Order up on the baked potatoes. Order up on the steamed broccoli. Got yourself a healthy meal. Eating at restaurants can be done. You just gotta choose the right ones. Struggle number 2 is avoiding temptation. Now, I'm gonna use a phrase that I heard from my friend Mr. Vegan Lex. He uses a phrase that I've adopted and used myself with helping my clients, which is replace, don't restrict. So don't say, I'm not having chocolate cake, I'm not having cupcakes. Say, I am having, and you can use replacements for those things. If you're still transitioning into this diet, you surely can find some plant-based, oil-free treats to replace those things. I have a delicious chocolate cake recipe that people die over, and you would never know that it's oil-free and really not the worst thing in the world to eat. So you can make replacements for these foods. Or you could even go the route of eating the whole foods in replacement of this stuff and not even focusing on what you're not having. So don't say, I'm not having chocolate cake, I'm not having cookies, I'm not having brownies. Say, I am having an ooey gooey sweet potato with cinnamon and cocoa powder on it. I am having this fresh bunch of grapes. I'm having this ripe, juicy, delicious watermelon. Focus on all of the things that you are having and all of the things that you are doing, because we are not our inactions, we are our actions. Who we are is made up of what we do. So why are we focusing on all of the things that we're not doing when who we are is what we do and what we eat? So focus on all of the things that you are doing. Don't put all of your energy into the cake and the cookies and all of that. Focus on what you are having and make that what you're excited about. Struggle number 3 is talking to others about your diet, because people will see you eating potatoes and grapes, and I just say potatoes and grapes because honestly that is, we know, rice, and they'll say, oh, all those carbs, can't be having all those carbs. And it's hard, it's truly hard, especially if you are still in the weight loss phase and people could say, oh, well, the reason why you're struggling with losing weight is because you're eating all those potatoes and all that rice. And it's frustrating because the science shows and the studies show and all the testimonials from my clients show that eating potatoes, rice, beans, oats is gonna cause you to lose weight. But I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to be at a point where you haven't lost the weight yet. You're eating the potatoes and people are saying, oh, you shouldn't be eating all those carbs. This is one of those things where you just have to kick the rock down the road and say to them, yeah, you're probably right. I'm just trying this thing out. We'll see what happens, and it will happen. I promise you. If you stick to this, it will happen. Dr. McDougall says this diet works for 100% of people who do it 100% of the time. So if you commit yourself to this, it will happen. And my clients can tell you that they lose weight like crazy, and then their coworkers come to them and say, what are you doing? So it's really hard in the beginning, and you just have to stick it out for a little bit, and then the weight loss starts coming, and then you're able to show people, yeah, I've been eating rice, potatoes, oats, and look at what's been happening to me. So in the beginning, just kick the rock down the road. Just say, I'm trying this thing out. You're probably right. Let's just see what happens here. And then together you see what happens is that you keep losing the weight, and people are gonna say, oh, okay, you were actually right about this all along. So you want to tell me about what you're doing? Just stick with it. I promise you, if you stick with it, you will get to the place where people are no longer saying, oh, they're not saying, oh, are you sure you want to eat those carbs? That's not their question. Their question is going to be, tell me what you're doing. What are you doing? I want to do it myself. Struggle number 4 is eating differently from everybody else, because the standard American diet is not the diet that we eat on this lifestyle. A whole foods plant-based diet couldn't be further from that. And it's so funny because when you step back, is it that bizarre that we're eating fruits and vegetables? No. But we've grown up in such an unnatural society, eating unnatural food, that the norm has become what is not normal. And so you're going to be eating food that's different from everybody else's. But there's a concept that Dr. Doug Lisle uses called getting along without going along, which means we can hang out with these people, we can do what they're doing, we can engage in the same activities, we just aren't putting the same thing in our mouths. Remember, when you go out to dinner and what is on your plate is going to be different from what's on everybody else's plate, you don't go out to dinner for the sake of eating. You go out to dinner for the sake of being social and celebrating other people and being with other people. That should be the forefront. That should be your focus. So put all of your focus into that and make it so that that is why you're there. That's what you're excited about. Be energized, be happy, be excited to be with these people. and just know that you're putting different things in your mouth. You know, when you go and get coffee with a friend, you don't go and get coffee for the sake of drinking coffee. You go and get coffee with a friend for the sake of catching up with them. And because you guys order different things, did it just get really awkward? Like, I ordered a soy latte with vanilla and she ordered it with caramel. Like, this is, I don't know what I'm gonna do. No, it's not about the different fuel that we put in our tank. When we go out to dinner, we wear different things. We wear our hair differently. We wear different makeup. We use different deodorant. We use different toothpaste. We're just putting different food in our mouths. Food has become such a big deal. It's such a big deal. And it's really just the fuel that we put into our bodies. It's really just the gas. So let's keep it at that. Let's bring it back to basics and show people that I'm just putting different stuff in my mouth. It's really not a big deal. And then struggle number 5 is being with a significant other that doesn't eat the way that you eat. So your husband might not eat the way that you eat, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your partner. And so that's really hard, because I'm sure that you came from a place where you would go on date nights and you guys would eat pizza together and you'd go get ice cream together and you'd cook for one another. None of that has to change now that you're on a healthy lifestyle. And this is something that I really, really want us to think about and consider. And this is something that I talk about in my program, which is we look at this circle of life. And you know what, guys, I can make a completely separate video about this. And now that I'm talking about it, I think that I'm going to. So let me just give you a glimpse of this and we can make a separate video about it. But if we look at the big picture here, we have all of these different facets of wellness. There is the food that we put in our mouths, our exercise, our sleep, our relationships, our finances, our work life, our spirituality. All of these things make up our wellness. And in order to be well overall, we need to have pretty high scores in all of those things. What tends to happen is that people put so much emphasis into one of those facets of wellness that the other ones tend to suffer. And our wellness is the average of all those things. So for people that are very business driven, you know, they put finances at a 100%, they put career at a 100%, and then they neglect their family. So then family tends to be at like a 30%. And then the average between those two, well, that's not a passing score. So what we have to do is turn down some other facets of wellness so that we can keep other facets of wellness high. So when it comes to having a date night with your husband, you guys can go on a date night once a month. Make it so that you have a once a month date night. That way your relationship facet of wellness can still be high up and you can still be losing weight because you're just having one meal a month. That's not a weight loss meal. Like, it's not a big deal. If you eat non-weight loss meals every day and then you have one weight loss meal, you're not going to lose weight, and the same works on the other end. So that's my little piece of that, which is that still make room for that stuff so you can still enjoy your time with one another. And I have so much more to say about this, but you know what, I think I am going to make a separate video about this. So leave a comment below if you do want a separate video about that, but that's just a little taste of it. So make sure you guys get that top 3 mistakes that I see when people are trying to lose weight free training so that you can prevent these mistakes from happening, and then use all this advice to keep going on your weight loss journey, because you can do this and you will be the example for other people and the person that other people come to when they say, hey, what is it that you're doing? Because you look really, really good. That will be you. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Woo!